Singaporeans who are watching, you know that Malaysian Nasi Lemak is better. I know that you will travel down to Johor or to KL to order Nasi Lemak. Assalamualaikum, Tashahau, Yapide Yorkinge Vanakam. I'm the father to two of Malaysia's most popular cats, Meow Meow and Toby, and also public servant of the good people of Muar. Ask me anything. My name is Syed Saddiq. I'm 28 years old. I'm the former Minister of Youth and Sports and serving Member Parliament of Muar. I look forward to eating at Zamzam. Is it called Zamzam restaurant? That's like my nostalgic childhood memory. You know, every time when my father Singaporean, wanted to reward me when I was a kid if I perform well, because I stay in Johor, so I'll follow my dad to work because he commutes from Johor to Singapore every day. And then we'll have the amazing Murtabak Singapore. I mean, obviously you call it Murtabak lah, in Johor you call it Murtabak Singapore. And I enjoy it all the time. So food, or wherever is good food and brings back nostalgic memories, that's where I'll genuinely love and appreciate.
So which one do you think is better?
Okay, this one is a very sensitive issue, but when it comes to Nasi Lemak, I think my national pride comes up, where I'd say Malaysia. And to be honest, I know deep down, Singaporeans who are watching, you know that Malaysian Nasi Lemak is better. I know that you will travel down to Johor or to KL to order Nasi Lemak. At times, you'll take flights to go to KL to eat our Village Park Nasi Lemak. Come on, don't kid yourselves, right? I mean, high-end food, fine. Singapore can take the lead, right? But when it comes to our warungs, our mamaks, our, hawker food, I think deep down, you'll know. You may not want to admit it, but you know. So there have been times where, like, not just through social media, even in person, where people would like propose. So because you know that they're coming from with good intentions, right? But at the same time, how do I respond and react immediately? It's great. We can catch up some of the time, but I'm very focused in what I want and where I want to go. In hindsight, no. It was definitely one of the hardest decisions which I had to make, because it was right before the historic election in Malaysia 2018, where I was a first-time candidate. But at the same time, being a son of a teacher from a middle-class family, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get into Oxford University and with a full scholarship. I was genuinely happy, and I thought that finally my life will get into order, and then politics happened. I have to postpone my Oxford dreams, but I was able to serve in the Malaysian cabinet, and now I'm able to pursue my other dreams, if it's not Oxford, to study at Lee Kuan Yew School of Public Policy. When there's a will, there's a way. Or in bahasa, we say, di mana ada kemahuan, di situ ada jalan. I remember, and I vividly remember, my dad needing to wake up at about 4 a.m. in the morning, my mum cooking for him, and then he'll bring his bekal or like tapue to work so that he can save some money, and then my dad will take a public bus, or when he had worked for a decent amount of time, then this small Picanto car travelling every day, and he'll get stuck in traffic. So I witnessed how both my mum and dad will really work day in and day out, even during weekends, sacrifice, blood, sweat and tears to raise our family. To be honest, my success today is largely attributed to my parents. I saw how they worked, how they hustled, and I want to make sure that they no longer need to hustle so that I can make them proud, and that after this, I will have to do all the hard work and they can just rest and retire in peace. I always love my country. I want to clean up my country. While some may see politics as toxic, when we acknowledge it is toxic, that creates a greater calling for young people who are clean to clean it up. If we continuously shy away from politics because we perceive it as dirty and toxic, then it will forever be dominated by those who are toxic and divisive. 18 years old is the age of maturity. You can get hanged if you do something wrong when you're 18. You can join the military when you're 18. You can smoke, drive, sign major contracts when you're 18 years old. You can get married, which is a so-called life-changing decision when you're 18, but suddenly you are automatically immature when it comes to deciding your future and your country's future, especially in Malaysian context. What frustrates me, there's a segment of the community who oppose, saying, young people are very immature, they're not smart enough, they are so politically susceptible. But this very group of people also believe that child marriage should be protected. You can get married at 16 years old, cannot vote, even though you're 18 years. That makes absolutely no common sense at all. But now no one can turn their eyes away from young people. They are the kingmakers, and therefore Job stimuluses will be targeting on young people. Housing will be better for young people. Public transportation will be better for young people. So in a way, you create a healthy competition among political parties, corporates, to cater to the needs, ever-changing needs of young people. And I believe this will benefit young people the most. Despite not being under my portfolio, there was a discussion about this, and I'm an advocate for two things. One is to decriminalize drug addiction. Briefly, I think this is very important. A lot of prison overcrowding, a lot of the youths are devastated when they've made a mistake once when they're young, but then they're automatically sent to prison because of drug addiction. And remember, it's an addiction. It's not like they love it. It is an addiction. We punish them, send them to jail, they leave, they have a criminal record. We should treat it as a medical issue, not a criminal issue. Rehabilitation is the way forward. It's not popular, it's not easy, but we need to explain to fellow Malaysians, it's not that we're going soft on drugs. It's just that we're treating drug addicts and drug addiction as a health problem instead of a criminal issue. There's been many literature research out there which shows how marijuana has well-researched medical benefits, especially to help those with specific problems like mental issues, ADHD and many others. You know, we still allow smoking, drinking, many other kinds of activities, but something like medical marijuana, which is taken for medical purposes, is still disallowed despite the many health benefits which have been explained. I haven't even gone in to the economic benefits which could be reaped from this, especially for the export purpose market, which we should lead. I mean, Indonesia is allowed, Thailand is ahead of us, Malaysia has so much opportunities, we should be the driver, especially for medical purposes. We talked about many things, right? Like what are the barriers to improve relationship between Malaysia and Singapore, and I mean both of us feel very strongly that there are so many things which we can do together, and it's never a zero-sum game. Just because Malaysia does better here, it doesn't mean Singapore will do worse here. Often, it's a multiplier. Malaysia does better, Singapore does better. We talked about the HSR, good and bad, and what should be done. As I mentioned, I'm a key proponent of it. Yes, I believe in ensuring that there's greater governance and transparency on the Malaysian side, but overall it should be done. And we talk about immigration, causeway, congestion, which I feel very strongly about. I think there's really so much potential between Malaysia and Singapore waiting to be unlocked. And obviously it requires great bilateralism between each countries. I mean, one thing is clear, you guys are like the strongest people, and I don't think anyone can understand the pain which you're going through. So I won't even try to act as if I know, right? I just want you to know that you guys are very strong, and in whatever way I can support and help, I'll do my best. But truly, you guys are supermen and superwomen. It's really tough for me to even think of not meeting up with my family members for 1 year, 1 year and a half. And you guys have done it. I just want you to know that whatever way I can help, I'll help. And you guys are very, very strong people.